We changed the location. Now you see beautiful trees behind us. And we honestly, ADHD, we can talk for hours, but we're trying to be very mindful and be very normal for a second and then don't talk for like 100 hours because nobody's paying us for it yet.
I can
when
talk
you guys
for
gonna
hours.
start paying us for that, I can blabber away for weeks. Like I can do like probably break the record.
We should do that.
We should do a world record of how long you can like perform and just
Talk about ADHD.
Oh my God.
The longest ADHD conversation ever.
Because it includes everything.
It'd be hard though, because we'd have to stay focused for a long time on one topic.
Yeah, but then you just like follow the pattern and you kind of flow like a river.
Absolutely, because that's what it is. We just have a stream of consciousness going.
Oh my God. I have goosebumps. That's a great superpower. Wow. So let's go back to the topic that you said that you were diagnosed later in life. Like let's say adult. We're not old because life is just the beginning. I'm almost 50, so you are 28.
Yeah, right. Which is weird because I got diagnosed at 50. So.
Right. And well, we're not good at math. Remember that? And her daughter's getting married. So what did I say? 21.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do see a lot of people, women, not necessarily only women, but I do see a lot of adults who are ADHD, but they don't know that. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because if somebody will come up to me and because I start talking about ADHD and that's actually empowering me more, not to get the excuses, but to explain people, like don't think that I'm vicious when I am running late to the appointment. There is like, I literally, when I start giving people a little preview, a little heads up, it kind of makes them not that judgmental. Mm-hmm. And then I don't feel so bad because I kind of already warned them. And then I'm doing my best and then I show up on time and they're very surprised. They're like, wow, you did good. But what happens is
this morning I was a half hour late.
And guess what? And it worked out for me because I kind of start getting into like, okay, I need to push myself to be there in time. I got your text. I'm like, this is perfect. I was still a little late, but hey, perfect. And so I see those people coming up to me because I talk about ADHD and they said, well, I was wondering, do I have an ADHD? I'm like, yeah, you do. And they're like, I'm like, yeah, you do, because I see so many symptoms. I'm not a professional. This is a professional. I am like a big fan of ADHD.
So what I notice and a lot of people will say, well, doesn't everybody have a little ADHD? The answer to that is actually no, we don't, because ADHD is a developmental disorder. And so your brain actually develops in a different way and performs differently than a neurotypical brain. Yes. We have different levels of dopamine and we have issues with that. But almost everybody has an executive function that they struggle with. And so they think, oh, we all have a little ADHD. You can have an executive function that is difficult for you without having to have ADHD.
Right.
But you can also address that executive function a lot the same way as somebody with ADHD would.
Right. And another thing which we probably have, and people think that everybody has that, is, what did I study? The social media affect everybody's brain and attention span, that everybody actually developing the signs of early dementia, mm-hmm. even in children. And because those signs are very similar to some of the ADHD, attention deficit disorder. So that's why people think, oh, ADHD is spectrum. But you're absolutely right. I was actually thinking that, yeah, it depends on the spectrum. But now when you said that, it's completely different developmental mm-hmm. thing.
Different parts of the brain develop at different speeds. On average, a person with ADHD is probably developmentally about 3 years behind their peers. So like when you're talking to a 15-year-old kid who's got ADHD and you're expecting them to be acting like a neurotypical 15-year-old, you have to think about the fact that really they're probably closer to 12 when it comes to that development in their brain. So as you get older, it's not as noticeable because when you're an adult, you're not acting 45. Right. I've never acted 45. I've never acted. And you'll find a lot of people, ADHD, don't act their age.
Right. Which is, I love this part though. For when I was younger, I thought that something is wrong with me, like not in a good way. Now it's absolutely in a good way because with age and with experience, life experience, you kind of stop caring about what people think about you. So you were actually having fun. I don't care what people say about me. I'm having fun. Exactly. We're having fun. We met at the movie set. Yes, we found that, well, she was kind of related to it, but I found, so your future son-in-law, whom I know, he posted it on Facebook page saying, anybody interested in the movie? And I replied, and his answer was like, of course you will be interested. Why did I not text you? I'm like, exactly. Why didn't you? Because I'm always seeking for those opportunities. I absolutely hate boring. Boring is a killer.